Yo, how is it going everyone? My name is Jack and welcome back to a brand new Valorant news video. Today we got confirmations of further huge rank changes coming soon, as well as speculation of what those changes could be. Even more information regarding the Valorant Champions Tour starting next weekend, as well as some huge roster news in North America, and the appearance of a brand new challenger in European Valorant. That means you definitely won't want to miss out on this one. Before we get started though, just want to give a quick apology for the voiceover here. It is raining, it is storming, it is a absolute gale force winds outside right now when I'm recording this audio. So you may hear some of that. You may also hear a frustrated puppy behind me. Not much I can do. We have to work in the conditions we got. Everyone has been there, but you know what? We're just gonna plow through and get it done anyways. Jumping right into it, our question of the day. This one is super straightforward. Who is your go-to agent in episode 2? Who are you guys maining out there right now in ranked? Mine is by far Brimstone. As a sad Brim main who had to begrudgingly learn Omen after the beta, I think Brim is in an incredible spot currently. The episode 2 buffs gave Brim great parity to Omen and allowed much more versatility in the pistol round buy area specifically, but by far the best part of Brim currently to me is the stim pack buff, which seemed to me at the time to be like the most insubstantial thing that was changed on him. But oh my god, the cheddar cheese that you were able to set up for your team in-game is incredible. Listen, you want to turn your team into 5 mini Reynas before you push? Toss a stim. You want to turn the Stinger into an ungodly demon from the depths of hell ready to shred the nearest kneecap in the blink of an eye? Toss a stim. Want to give that local Silva main the AC 130 buff to his Odin? Toss a stim. Want to turn the Judge into a Borderlands 2 speedrun? Toss a stim. You get the point. The stim being a quick cast makes it so practical to toss ahead of your team as you push a corridor. It can be hard to get used to sometimes because of the increased recoil, but the sheer chaos that can be caused by using the stim pack currently can actually lead to these insane steamrolling moments, especially in the chaos that can be like solo queue ranked. Obviously at the higher levels of play, teams are going to be much more structured, the general quality of aim is going to be a lot higher, so the benefits of rate of fire go down. But in your standard ranked games, the benefits of being able to just body shot people very fast are huge. And then also keep in mind that semi-automatic weapons, so the pistols, the Guardian, anything that's not fully auto still inherits a rate of fire boost from the stim pack. And obviously you can do some really dumb stuff on the pistol round as well. I'm just really enjoying Brimstone currently. I think the changes I made to him are fantastic. So let me know in the comments down below, what are your guys' current mains? Let's get that discussion going. Who are you guys favoring? What kind of meta are you seeing play out? Let me know. Getting right into our main topics, let's talk ranked. I know, a bold and shocking direction for my videos as of late. But on Wednesday we got confirmation that big changes are coming to ranked next week with a brand new patch. Over on Twitter, in reply to Rod/Breslau, our good man and senior competitive designer for Valorant, Evermore, confirmed that ranked will be changing very soon, and specifically that it may affect the outcome of what rank Slasher would have gotten had he undertaken the challenge in the thread that brought Evermore out originally. So, what does this mean exactly? Well, if you want to go full tinfoil here, clearly, the GIF that Evermore attached to his tweet containing a man raising his eyebrows suggestively 3 times implies that 3 new agents will be added to the game on Tuesday corresponding to the 3 bombs on Haven. Why Haven? Because the number 3 clearly has great philosophical and spiritual importance in this context. Look at this map of Haven. If you turn sideways, what do you see? The number 3. If you flip it, the letter E, as in Evermore. Pro Valorant games are typically played in best of 3 series. Competitive, like ranked, but more serious. What else does 3 mean? Well, triangles have 3 sides. So that means the Illuminati are coming to the game on Tuesday and Evermore is cryptically sending us this information. In all seriousness, as we've covered in the past, ranked is in a weird place right now, and despite the many positive changes that came in episode 2, it's clear that ranked is still missing the mark for the majority of players. So what should we expect going into this update next week? Well, pending further information, we're going to have to speculate a bit more. By far the biggest issue with ranked right now is the hidden MMR system and how it adversely affects the highest level players, and the general vagueness of the system creates truly odd scenarios, like Austin having a ranked number 1 smurf that gets faster games than his Platinum 3 main account. In general, it seems like players are just lost on what the point of the system even is and whether or not it should be taken out entirely going forward. I personally don't think Riot are going to abandon the system. Clearly it's something that they want to be a part of the ranked experience, and in a vacuum I think I understand its purpose. It makes sense to have a more in-depth number or rank assigned to players behind the scenes to make sure that you have better, more equal games. The problem I still maintain is the lack of a reset of this value in between acts. It seems that all of these issues we've seen for these high level players come from accounts with high playtime from previous acts. Asuna again clearly has an easier time playing games on a fresh Smurf than his actual account, which isn't good. So what does this mean for Tuesday? I think Riot will either make a tweak to how this hidden MMR is calculated to, in the short term, help alleviate the current issues, but I'm willing to bet that in a patch further down the line, Riot will consider hidden MMR resets or possibly shifting matchmaking preferences more towards ranked rewards to even out what is going on currently. But who knows? We could even be seeing something more drastic, like Riot just dropping solo duo queue, or something I personally think will never come to the game, maybe even role queue. Let us know what you think Riot are going to change in the comments down below. I'm curious to see what you guys make of this incoming change. And you know what else you guys are going to be making after this video? 100% organic, local, non-GMO, free trade W's in your ranked games after you go to SkillCapped.com. Get access to our complete improvement platform featuring the best tips, tricks, and strats you need to get the rank you've always wanted. So what are you waiting for? Start today at the link down below. After a nice break through the new year, there's been nothing short of a ton of news regarding Valorant esports lately, and we've discussed in depth already all of that information that we've had so far about the first Challenger Stage event happening in North America next week. But in general, most people kind of agree that the press rollout for VCT has been confusing to say the least, so today, Riot released a Champions Tour trailer that will hopefully clear up some confusion. Let's go ahead and watch that now if you haven't seen it already.
Welcome to the Valorant Champions Tour, a year-long tournament circuit featuring the best players and teams from all over the world, culminating in a global championship event, Valorant Champions. Each stage begins with challengers, where teams compete in regional tournaments for a place at Masters. Teams who compete in Masters events will earn points that help them qualify for Champions. And Champions is where the best teams from around the world compete on a global stage, where the art of greatness is on full display. And one team will be crowned 2021 Valorant Champions.
Now I swear this isn't satire when I say this, but am I just tripping? Like, this video is titled The 2021 Format Explainer, but literally doesn't explain much of anything other than that the VCT is happening, and cool, and wow. Like, I don't know what else to say. This video somehow says less about the format of the VCT than any other article or press information released by Riot so far. It's a cool trailer, but format explainer? I don't know about that one. Now, all was not lost in terms of new information for the VCT. Our good friends at Deserto actually cleared up a lot of the confusion about how people will qualify for the Champions Tour Finals at the end of the year. And that's definitely going to be important because it helps lay out what could be the path to the championship for teams on the outside of the top tier trying to get their big break. So looking at this helpful graphic, we can see the flow of how things will work for this year in Valorant. We start with a Challengers event for each region that seeds teams for a Masters event. A small note, assuming it not possible to host the Masters tournament as an international LAN, then each Masters tournament will become a regional tournament that would operate just like First Strike did. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but it's good that Riot are being practical about the weird situation the world is still in. The teams who participate in those Masters events will earn points towards earning a slot in the final championship. Now, as with basically everything in this press build-up, we still have questions. Does winning a Masters event secure one of your region's slots? How many points do placements even give? If you bomb a Masters event, do you get any points towards a regional slot just for qualifying? And to go with even more confusion, we have this breakdown of the slots by region. As you can see by looking again at that same graphic from Deserto, the way region slots are broken up is by the main amount of slots awarded by circuit points. Then a last chance qualifier slot is also awarded for the North America, EU, the Brazilian Latin America, and Asian Pacific regions, just because those regions are so big. So teams will be competing through each of these cycles of Challengers and Masters events, working towards unknown amounts of circuit points to secure the limited slots available in the Grand Finale Showdown. It seems to me that this format is deliberately set up in a way that the wildcard teams can have the most amount of chances at shocking the world. With how many open qualifier chances there are throughout the tournament, you don't have to be a 100 Thieves, a TSM, or a G2 to have a shot at the VCT. Which is really cool. I definitely like that grand underdog story opportunity. I just really wish Riot had better structured this information for this tournament, because so far it's been a nightmare to decode all of this, and it feels like I need a Wikipedia page on hand at all times just to explain the format for you guys, and even then I walk away feeling like a crazy person. But that might not be a thing that's isolated to just this video. I don't know, probably need to get help. But even if the explanation is long and winded, I'm just pumped to start seeing games again starting next week. Best of luck to all the teams who compete throughout this year, and may the best team in each region win. Keeping up with the esports theme, I wanted to talk some roster news. Obviously, it was a huge story in the scene where recently standout player, one of NA's best talents, TenZ, stepped down as an active pro for Cloud9. This left C9 with a huge identity and role crisis ahead of VCT. They needed to fill the roster and somehow possibly replace TenZ's value ahead of the first major tournament of 2021. And with the Twitter video, we finally had the final form of the C9 Blue roster for now. With an additional step down of Shinobi, C9 have added another young gun NA Counter-Strike player in the form of Leaf, who famously made quite a name for himself with Chaos last year. From my Counter-Strike homies will know what I'm talking about. Those guys will also know that this kid is real good and has amazing potential anywhere he goes, especially in Valorant. To go alongside this new fragger, C9 absorbed Korean support player Zeta from their now defunct Korean team. Zeta is a great support player, also formerly from CSGO, and had a great record in his time with MVP PK. With the addition of the former C9 Korean coach, this C9 roster is actually looking pretty good with a squad of Relics, Mitch, Vice, Leaf, and Zeta. I think the big thing that they still lack is a real winning star player name. This roster on its face has a lot to prove, especially without TenZ. But I think Leaf has the same potential, so we'll just have to see how it plays out. In our final story, this one hits me pretty deep. Anyone who has followed Pro Counter-Strike for the last few years has been aware of the tragedy that has been the treatment of Finnish up-and-comer Yampy. He was falsely vac banned by Valve, and despite disputing the many issues of Valve's scorched earth approach to punishment, Yampy was unfortunately never allowed to even a chance to excel at the highest level of Pro CS, despite more than having the skill to do so. It makes sense that he would eventually make the jump to Valorant, and frankly, I just wish the kid the best. His pro career has been in limbo for years, for not even proven mistakes, and even if he did commit, would have been committed at the age of like 12. This guy is going to be signed to a major team ASAP, and I fully anticipate Yampy to dominate wherever he goes, and frankly, all the best to him. This kid deserves a shot, and I fully expect him to take hold of it. And that's all we have for today. Do you guys like hearing about roster news and general esports news from me? It's something I'm always paying attention to, and I love covering the pro side of things, so let me know if you'd like it in the comments down below. While you are down there, make sure to like the video and subscribe as well for more premium news and guides just like this, with one goal in mind: helping you become a better player. We here at SkillCapped would like to thank you all for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.